Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to part 6 in our series on free saxophone lessons. Today we're going to get to play our first 3 notes on the saxophone. These notes will be B, A and G. They give us a foundation to play our very first song on the saxophone. Now before we play those notes, we have to get used to holding the instrument and where our thumbs rest on the saxophone. All saxophones have 2 thumb rests. A left-hand thumb rest. On my Selma sax it's a black coloured circle. It might be just a metallic circle on yours. And a right-hand thumb rest. Here you can see again a black curved rest. Now our left-hand thumb stays on that rest at all times. In fact, it goes on about a 45-degree angle. Depending on how big your hands are and how big you are compared to the saxophone you're playing, that angle may change a little bit. But it actually rests permanently on that left-hand thumb rest. Our right-hand thumb goes under the right-hand thumb crook. And you can see that's my right-hand thumb here, and I literally insert it under that. Now, importantly, neither thumb takes the weight of the saxophone. All of the weight of the saxophone is on your neck strap. And we've mentioned before that the neck strap has to be adjusted so that when you go to play, the sax just comes into your mouth. You don't have to put your head down or turn sideways. Your right-hand thumb and your left-hand thumb gives you the ability to swing the saxophone inwards and outwards. To play our first note B, we simply have to put our left-hand index finger on the B key. Now on all saxophones there will be a key above the B key. On my sax it's a similar circular pearl key. Your sax it might be a metal key in the shape of a teardrop. Just be certain that the B key is not the very top key that you can touch. It's this one. Now, we simply press that down firmly, but not over firmly. And we do what we've learned in the prior lessons. We have good breath support. Our mouthpiece, our top teeth rest on the top of the mouthpiece. We encircle the mouthpiece with our lips. We don't blow hard, but we blow with a steady, controlled breath. And this is what the note B will sound like on your saxophone. Don't forget, we start every note with the tongue. So we've talked about engaging the reed with the tongue, having the air behind and then dropping your tongue down from the reed in a da motion. Here's what B sounds like on the alto sax. And the first thing I want you to do is try and match that pitch. At the end of the lesson, I'll play these same 3 notes on the tenor sax so you can match the pitch if you're playing tenor sax. I'll do that again after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, your tuning might be a little bit out. You might be a little bit sharp or a little bit flat. We'll talk about how to tune the saxophone in the next lesson. For the moment, I just want you to get a sound. If you're not totally in tune with me, that's okay. How do we play the next note? The next note's A. Now A is like B, but we put our second finger on the left hand on the next key down, not the little key, not that tiny key, but on the next big key down. So you can see there's a key in between the two. That's B. B plus this finger gives us A. That's the note A. Now A is going to sound lower than B. A is going to sound like this. So B to A will sound like this. And finally, for today, we're going to learn our third note, which is G. G is like A, but we put our third finger on our left hand on the obvious remaining key. So B, A, G. G is going to sound lower than A. It's going to sound like this. So I'm now going to play B, A and G. Now what I want you to do in today's lesson is develop some control in playing those notes individually. Think of the famous circus sort of sounding ending tag. Now there's a lot of notes in that, but I want you to play that melody da 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 da, all on the single pitch of B initially. So like this. And then play that same melody all on one note, but this time on the note A. And finally play that melody on the note G. When we play actual songs, we have to play, the notes move around. But at the moment, try and get control on just starting and stopping those notes individually. So if we were only allowed to play one note, the note B, and we had to play the chorus of Jingle Bells, it would sound like this. If we had to play that same line on the note A, it would sound like this. And finally, if we had to play Jingle Bells on the note G, it would sound like this. Work hard on being able to control your tonguing with those three individual pitches. Now let's have a listen to what those same notes sound like on the tenor saxophone. The fingering is identical. On the tenor saxophone, that's B, that's A, that's G. And likewise on the baritone sax, the soprano sax, the sopranino sax, the fingering on all of the saxophones remains consistent across the family. This is what B sounds like on the tenor saxophone. This is what A sounds like. This is what G sounds like. I hope you're enjoying the new free saxophone lesson series on my YouTube channel. I've had the honour of working with students of all ages and abilities across 13 countries internationally. If you'd like to connect with me one-on-one for some online lessons and accelerate your learning on the saxophone, please check out the contact details on my website and send me an email. I'd be delighted to work with you. If you feel like you'd like to make a donation towards the upkeep and production of the hundreds of videos on my YouTube channel, please refer to the links in the description of every video on the channel. Thank you and enjoy your journey on the saxophone.